Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
Yo, I'm talking Chick-fil-A's with the truffle butter. Got my boy Hatter in the house, running a little bit late this morning because he had to get the dirt off of himself.
What's going on, Playboy? How you doing, man? How's everything out there today, my friend?
Man, I'm doing good. Got up this morning, looked at the scores. We were able to give out a little bit of winning leans last night. I didn't play, but I gave out a little bit to the nation. I hope they cashed. I was able to get that push out of the Lightning Kings game. The Avs won, which I was all over, and we hit. I think some folks hit the second half of that Kansas game. That Kansas, man.
Wow.
You know, West Virginia. I got to tell you, they got a lot of controversial calls in that game, in that second half, at like crucial points. Like right when Kansas was about to maybe blow the doors off, there was like a couple of foul calls and a couple of calls by the refs that I thought was a little bit shaky.
You know what? I didn't even get a chance to watch the game, dude. I was working, man. I was working all day long. I was off of Twitter. I got back on. Twitter was absolute madness, but I had a meeting until about 9 o'clock, and then I had to talk to Vegas at 9 and line some stuff up. So we'll have a little bit of a conversation about that as we go a little further, but yeah, man. And then I got on, and I was going back and forth with a bunch of people, and then my night, ended off talking to Crush the Bookie for about, about a half hour there, and then that was it, man. But
you mean listening to Crush the Bookie?
me and him were going DMs 100 miles an hour, both of us, man.
No, Crush the Bookie was going DMs 100 miles an hour. You was going 5 miles an hour.
No, not last night, man. There was a lot of stuff going on last night, so him and I were going crazy. We had a good time.
Because my man Crush the Bookie, I tell you what, and I could tweet. Listen, all my friends will let you guys know. Not tweet, but I instant message or text like a girl. Okay, most of my friends hate
all in
texting
capital letters too.
All in capital letters, yeah, all in caps. I don't know what it is with me and that, but what kills me is cats act like they can hear me. Why you texting in caps? I'm like, well, why is it bothering you? You reading it, right? But anyway, I can text like a girl, okay? And most of my friends, they're like, dude, stop! Don't even text me, call me. And I hate calling people. I don't like talking on the phone. As crazy as it is, I like talking on the show, but I hate talking on the phone. But anyway, Crush the Bookie's like the only cat that I know that's like as fast as I am, or if not faster, with the texting, man. My boy got skills.
Oh, dude, I love my mother to death and all, but the day she found text messaging was one of the best days ever, man. I was like, because, you'd be sitting on the phone with her and there'd be that 30 seconds like, what's up? You all know what I'm talking about out there.
Texting is such the bomb. I know some people don't like it, but I'm able to carry 10 to 12 conversations, and keep in touch with cats that, not that I don't want to talk to them, but I don't want to talk to them. So I'm able to keep some conversations and, just keep up on people, that are somewhat important to me that I just don't feel like talking to, all while texting and doing other things. And that makes it so cool. Want to say good what's up to everybody that's on tweeting out the show this morning at Sergio Rodriguez, Andy Mack, Total Sports Edge is up this morning. Jay Rich Demir's up this morning. OJFB, Soccer Nation, Eric Anderson, Jay Rich Demir, Buster Carr, The Cheese, Snoopy Betts. Yato is up this morning as well. OJFB's up. My man Hockey the Immortal is up as well. Yato, oh my God, the picks, brother. You keep on coming. My boy Clown Man Swag is up. Jay Cass, what's happening, Bravery? 9 Horse Hayden, good morning to you. Joey Buckets, who you with? Steve is out there. Red Eye Bets is out there as well. Moose Fire and so many more are up, getting involved, getting down with the AM show. My boy James Harrelson, Papa Smurf, Slice Bear, Zach Wieland, and AC Sports, just to name a few.
Yes,
guys,
sir. What up?
Listen, about the people that come on the show, real quick. All right, now I know you guys think that me and Hatter are like, 2020 and ABC News, okay? By the way, me and Hatter are two guys. We got real jobs outside of this.
Big
we
time.
got families. kids. We both got wives, pain in the ass wives. We'll add to that as well, okay? High maintenance wives, I will add to that as well, okay? And girls that are used to a lot of attention that, ain't really feeling the side time we spend on Twitter and trying. So as far as some of our guests and people on the show, this is mostly how we run it. Until you've proven something foul to us, we're taking you at face value because we just don't have the resources and we don't have time to be trying to do detective work. We usually, start rapping to somebody, hear what they're talking about, tell them a little bit, maybe ask around to a couple of the people who we find reputable, and try to see what we can find for background info. Aside from that, we let them come on and talk. I mean, they ain't giving you guys, nuclear secrets, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, they're not telling you, Korea is getting ready to, to nuke the U.S. or anything like that. They are giving out some picks, and as far as that's concerned, that's what we do. Now, what happens after that? We have no control over, and we try to not align ourselves with anybody that's somewhat shaky, but we don't know. So we're doing the best we could do. We try to do the best we could do, put out the best product. But like we've always said, do your homework on your end and make sure you're comfortable with what you get involved with. And if you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to fall on your face and you're not going to get swindled. Okay?
I agree 100%. I agree 100% on that. At the end of the day, it's like, if you're associated with, if you're buying plays from somebody or doing whatever, like the Dream said, maybe you want to tail them for a little bit. Maybe you want to talk to them a little bit. Maybe you want to talk to them on the phone, get a little bit acquainted with this person, whatever. You know what I mean?
If their stuff's not transparent, then tell them if they're being vague with you and, elusive with you, but yet listen, before you get my money, trust.
No doubt. No
Trust.
doubt, man. No doubt.
Go ask the car dealers that I bought my car from.
Tell me about it.
Daddy was at the dealer probably for 6 months before I bought the car.
No doubt.
Cat's looking at me like, don't you work here?
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm buying a Benz.
Yeah.
And I'm still like, wait, you sure this car is dope?
Yes.
But
definitely.
on to the what happened last night. I do want to discuss, guys, and as you could tell, your boy is fired up and energized this morning. I'm feeling real good today. I got a lot of energy, all positive flowing. I feel just so many good things coming our way, so much good stuff coming up in the future. Obviously, we got Vegas on tap, but I'm telling you right now, we are taking it further than that. We are going one more step higher. We're going to go to the next level, guys. Just hang with us, keep riding us, and we're going to take everybody to the top right on with us.
That's it, baby.
I want to discuss this Virginia team.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Dude, this Virginia team, man, I'm telling you, number 2 in the country, they need to fall back with that.
I looked at the score real quick. It was 44-35. I was like, what the hell is this, man?
If Pitt would have, and in this, I got to get back to bad coaching, man. Pitt tried to come down the floor and play their half-court set against this Virginia team, okay? I'm going to give Virginia's defense is dope, even though, they are playing a 2-3 zone, so the zone is the zone, but the defense is dope. I'm going to give them that, all right? So Pitt is trying to come down and play their half-court set. Now, they watched their half-court set not work all first half, okay? So I'm saying to them, and by the way, when Duke played them, that's what Duke did. Duke pushed the ball. That was the secret to beating them. You got to push the ball off the rebounds. Forget the half-court set. Push the rock. And there's no need in passing the damn ball around for 30 seconds. Just shoot it. Maybe you're going to get a long rebound. Maybe they missed the rebound. Maybe the guy's in the wrong position. If what you're doing is not working, you don't just keep doing it. That's so annoying to me with sports sometimes. Because Pitt, I felt like they could have. I don't know if they could have won the game. All right, I'm not going to go that far, but they could have been a lot more competitive had they pushed the rock a little bit harder, maybe took some shots, as opposed to they would come down, get in their half-court set, pass the ball around for like 32 seconds, and then throw up a bad shot, which was just stupid. Yeah. And then I love it because after they missed, not like Virginia could do anything with it. What an awful shooting team, Virginia. The three-point shot is absolutely dreadful. I know their main man was on the bench, Anderson, but I got to tell you, dude, he accounts for some of their offense. It's not that major of an improvement with him on the floor as far as offensively. Yeah, I feel you guys on the defense. Guys, this is basketball. It's not football. Having a great defense and a dusty offense in basketball is not going to get you very far. Ask the Chicago Bulls. All right?
Right. Exactly.
You got to score points with hoop.
Yeah. No, I've watched Virginia time in and time out, and I didn't get a chance to look at them last night. All I did was look at the score real quick. But I agree with you. I mean, look at what the Dukies did to them. I mean, they didn't – it was a closer game. But, at the end of the day, I mean, they're not winning a national championship, guys. It's just not going to happen. So, you know what? Do not invest in Virginia in the future. Please don't do it. You're better off putting your money elsewhere. Let me just tell you about that. So, what else you got? You want to go through scores?
I would love to go through some scores. As we had last night on the ice, a quite high-scoring games last night. Well, a lot of scores last night anyway on the ice. We had the Rangers over the Islanders 6-5, and I got you guys. I backed away from that Islander game. I don't know, for some man, it seems like. I don't know what it is, but hopefully you guys stayed away as I did, and I promoted, leaving that game alone because that's the battle for New York. We had the Canadians over the Red Wings 2-0. The Hurricanes beat the Senators 6-3. The Oilers lost to the Jets 5-4. Calgary Flames beat the Bruins. You guys know I did like the Flames last night. Just a small light. My call yesterday. Love the Avalanche, and they beat the Coyotes 5-2. Told you the Coyotes are back to normal.
Yeah.
The Canucks over the Wild. We gave out the Wild on the show yesterday, and I did kind of tell you guys that Canuck team was a pain in the neck at home. Just missed it. We were off to a great start in that game, and then they kind of blew it. But nice try, nice shot by Red Eye yesterday, but it fell a little bit short. We'll get them today, maybe, brother. The Kings beat the Lightning 3-2. And those are your hockey scores. As far as there's no NBA yesterday, which was kind of nice, but we had college basketball going on. And in the college basketball tip, we had Miami open up at 3 o'clock and beat Boston College 89-86 in a double overtime game. I don't know if you guys got involved with that. Villanova. They did blow Seton Hall out. I mean, it took them late, and I thought the game was going to end up close. But you guys remember, I was going to give out Seton Hall, and I looked at it, and I said, I can't do it. So
especially after I got beat by the Illini with all them points.
Yeah, I said, I can't do it. I pulled back. I pulled out of that. So I'm not, don't give me that one. I said, leave it alone, or, take fake Nova in a big parlay. But I pulled out of that. Clemson lost to Georgia Tech 63-52. We had Virginia over Pittsburgh 61-49. And the game that everybody was, watching last night was West Virginia beating Kansas 62-61. And in the back of my mind, and you guys know I'm not. Oh, by the way, Butler beat Creighton 58-56, which I think the whole SBTV Nation was on. I'm hoping you guys were on with your usual with Dreams money line work because
they were giving 3 too.
Yeah, they were giving 3, so I hope you guys money line that. Or at least brought it down.
All right.
On the Kansas-West Virginia thing, the only little thing that was in the back of my mind yesterday when they went to the breakdown after the game was, Kansas losing, even though I think Ohio State's going to get in the tourney no matter what, but it still keeps Ohio State somewhat alive for tourney playing. I'm not a big conspiracy theory, so I'm not going to even get into that because my man Perry Ellis, who was softer than drugstore cotton, should have dunked at the end of the game instead. He's trying to – dude, let me tell you something. Let me just go into this one little rant too. If God had blessed me with the ability to dunk a basketball, okay – I wouldn't do nothing but dunk.
I know.
Y'all would be so sick of seeing me dunk. All right, I would
be like Blake.
I'd be Blake Griffin to the 20th power. They'd be like, yo, but he's dope. He can shoot the 3. You would never know about me being able to shoot a 3 or nothing, because every time you turn around, I'd be dunking. And my thing is, if you're that tall, this Perry Ellis kid is killing me. He's got to be all of 6, I don't know, 9. I know he could dunk, okay? Dude has the ball, and he goes for like this tight layup instead of the dunk. And even the trailer's up. Snatch that ball and throw it down, man. I mean, the dunk is you don't get no more higher percentage. All right?
Yep.
Basketball fundamentals. You don't get no more higher percentage in the dunk. All right?
No doubt,
Dunk the ball. I don't know if you saw it, but at the end of the West Virginia game, West Virginia scores on a layup that Kansas's defense completely just fell apart at the end of this game. My man dribbles the whole court. He's got Kansas's best guard on him, and then he penetrates the zone and gets a layup in on a 2-3 zone with the big man just looking at him, okay? So they get the inbounds pass. There's 3 seconds left. They do a football throw down the floor. Perry Ellis is on the break, gets the ball. Dude, he could dunk it. Just get up in the air and dunk it. Kansas wins the game. My man tries to do like a touch lay-in to the rim. It might have been a difficult dunk. I'll give you that. It might have been. I still think he could have did it. But he tries to put a touch layup in. Ball rolls off the rim, and the trailer is right there, and instead almost trips instead of just getting up, getting the ball, and dunking it, which would have won them the game, and they lose the game. But, hey, what are you going to do?
That is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, whoever had West Virginia, I commend you for that. I don't know how you saw that game. There was a couple people that hit me up and said they had West Virginia. I was like, what?
Yeah,
wow.
there was people in there talking about Morgantown rocking, and you know what? West Virginia, you know, I have played them this season, and I've won a lot with them, so I'm not, you know, I know what they're about, but they are just, you know, they're not a great shooting team. They're a lot like Virginia as far as they're not a great shooting team. They play pretty solid defense, though, and, you know, at home, hey, you know, it's not a bad shot, and against inferior opponents, they can do their thing. But against like Kansas last night, they definitely should have got beat. And I am gonna say, like I already said, they did you some ref help.
Definitely. Well, you know what, Dream? I got a little news for the nation that we're gonna unleash on Monday. Okay, because we got to finalize everything. But I think that we have the 1-year anniversary party for Sports Bettors TV booked and ready to go in Las Vegas, baby. It is going to be absolutely crazy. That's all I got to say about that. Listen, you know what, guys? You know, when you're buying rounds of drinks, it gets a little crazy, the prices out there, okay? But you know what? We got someone welcoming us with open arms that wants to take care of us on a really nice level. So you know what? We're working on it. We're finalizing it. And on Monday's show, we will be announcing the 1-year anniversary party in Las Vegas. I can't wait to put this out there, baby. It's going to be off the chain.
And that's the party outside of our rooms too. Not the parties with me with the booze that I snuck in and.
Well, you know what? All I got to say is that it's going to be really lovely. So looking forward to it, man. On Monday. So Monday we're going to be announcing this, the 1-year anniversary party for the biggest show in the world. Guys, get ready. Get your dancing shoes on, man, because we're going to be having an absolute ball. That's all I got to say about that. So what do you want to get into, Dream? I got about 7 minutes. I got Sugar Shane Redinius calling in today.
Oh, that's my boy. I love that dude. We could get into. Let's run real quick. Let's go look at the ice, dude. My ice, dude. Right now, you know, I ain't a capper. You know, I ain't trying to brag and boast too much, but. Dude been doing something with the hockey lately.
What did Papa Smurf last night say? You're the hockey expert?
I know. I'm like Steph Curry with the shot now with the hockey. Dude been going crazy with the hockey, man. The hockey's been working well for me. And tonight, you guys, remember last night how I was on the Avalanche saying that they were due a win, needed to beat a bad team at home? Yep. Today we're going into New Jersey with that same type of attitude. Got the Sabres coming into New Jersey. The Devils need a win badly, and here come the Sabres. I think the Devils are a lot more physical than the Sabres are on the ice, and I can't see the Sabres coming out of New Jersey with any tires left on their bus, nor with a win.
I'm taking a look at the line right here. Let me just pull it up, man, because I'm like, I don't even want to do it on my computer right now because I don't want to open up too many screens and have my computer slow down like we did. We had, let's see, which game are you referring to here? You referring to the New Jersey Devils?
Devils and Sabres, yes,
minus 228 juice is the best you're going to find on New Jersey. So that's kind of right up your alley with the hockey kid.
Yeah,
you're going to have to pair it with something.
I like the Devils tonight. I also am going to lean on the Stars, Blues over. Get it down to, if you can get it to 4.5, that's the best. But at least get it down to 5. I'm telling you, with this hockey, 5.5, always buy it down to 5. Just buy it down to 5. That's your best bet because at least you get that push. In a lot of cases, you will get that win. So my recommendations is when you got these two, two high-powered offenses, I would buy it down to 5. And you guys kind of know, as a general rule of thumb, when the Predators are home, we just take them.
Yeah.
That's been pretty successful this year. They do have San Jose coming in tonight. It is an interesting matchup. I'm not gonna steer you guys against the Predators tonight. However, I don't love them as much as I like the Devils and the Stars Blues over 5. I like those two the most. Small lean, obviously, on the Predators, but I'm just liking the Predators, obviously, because they're home. I'm going to stay away from the Islanders on the road today, and I'm going to stay away from the rest of the other games. But I do like the Devils and the Stars Blues over 5.
I'll tell you what, that St. Louis Blues team, I've been just kind of, I'm not interested in betting hockey right now, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at it, and they just keep coming out, man, and coming out and winning. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Every time I look at them, it seems like they're ahead in their games and they close them out. So
yes, they are. They're a good team, dude. They got a lot going on. Oh, the Predators, the Predators just made an acquisition as well, which really improved their which really should improve their. You know what? Now I forgot all about that. The Predators got a trade on Sunday, and it's definitely in their favor. So now I actually am kind of leaning towards the Predators. Let me get back to you guys. I'll get back to you guys maybe on Twitter like around 6 o'clock. The game's at 8 o'clock start. I'll get back to you around 6 o'clock. I need to do a little bit of homework and check it out. But the Predators did they let me get the guy's name for you. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm awful with names.
My boy, the Hockey Immortal, is saying that the Sabres are 8-4 as plus 200 underdogs this season. So be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful, but I'm still feeling them getting beat because the Devils need this win in a bad way.
Okay. So
it's one of those things where I'm gonna go with the needing to win more than the Trent versus coincidence type deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, just looking at this here, just trying to see what else I got here. I'm looking at sportsbetterstv.com, guys. We got Columbus at Philadelphia tonight. We've got New York at the Islanders are playing at Carolina. The Islanders are minus 142, but they're on the road, so you're probably not getting interested in that. Let's see. Washington at Pittsburgh tonight. We've got Florida at Toronto. Pretty much even money all across the board there. Got Dallas at St. Louis. There's St. Louis again, minus 190. So maybe you put those with the maybe you put St. Louis with the Devils. What do you think?
And the St. Louis with the Devils. Yeah, I like the over. I told you, in the St. Louis game, the Blues-Stars game, I like the over 4. I like that, and I like that with the Devils. Yeah, that's what I'm plugging. Guys, the Predators picked up Cody Franson, which is a defenseman, but they also got Mike Santorelli as their center, which really gives them another extra notch as far as scoring is concerned. It looks like it's going to be it may work out to be definitely a jolt to the scoring as far as the Predators are concerned, and they'll probably be out there tonight doing their thing. So I'm gonna get back to you. I wanna do a little bit, just a tad bit of homework. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be a capper because I'm not. But I am gonna look a little bit at the trade, look a little bit at the numbers, and I'm kind of leaning right at this point. I'm leaning towards the Predators to get it done tonight as well with their new center.
Big ups to Marco Spagnolo for sending us that information as well, brother.
Okay.
Definitely. So, yeah, though I'm hitting up Nas. Absolutely, man. So, my boy should be calling any minute here. So, you went through the hockey. Anything of interest with the college hoop going on? When does NBA come back?
I don't want to step on, because I know my man Shane is going to come on and have some stuff for us, so I ain't trying to step on no toes. I like for them to unleash the secrets on the nation, and I don't want to, kind of rain on their parade a little bit, so that's why I'm keeping away from that.
Got you. Do I got my man Shane Redenius from Don Best all the way from Las Vegas?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's going on, man? You're one of the most alert guys in the morning, man. I tell you. Calling in all the way at 6:30 in the morning, kid. Big ups to you for that.
Guys, the sun just appeared, actually, like 2 minutes ago.
Wow, man. So at least I know what time the sun's going to be coming up.
Sun for coming out today.
Right? Oh,
yeah.
My God.
Because guess what? We looking at snow just appearing out here in Connecticut.
Oh, I know. I had to get here a few minutes late here, man, because the snow is coming down. I had to drive, behind people driving 5 miles an hour, kid. I'm like, yo, I got to do the biggest show in the world, man. Let's go. So,
it was like 75 degrees here yesterday, so took my son out.
Wow.
Straight up with Connecticut, too, the first minute I hear somebody complaining about the heat this summer, I swear I'm a sucker punched them right in the jaw.
Well, I'm a Minnesota boy, so I understand. So I definitely don't take the weather out here for granted, man. It's always fun getting on Facebook, and to be honest, seeing all my friends posting pictures of, like, the blizzard of the year, and I'm having some cocktails out on the patio.
Wow,
That's
man.
what's up. It never fails in Connecticut, too. Like, right around, like, the end of June, you'll be at the grocery store, and some lady will be in there complaining about, oh, it's humid outside, my hair. I'm like, girl, cut your ball, do a ball head. Shut up.
Get a weave going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man. And at least I'll know what time the sun comes up when I'm leaving the clubs out there, brother. So, big ups to you for that.
Yes.
The only thing, and I'm sure you're probably used to it right now, but man, I struggled with that time change.
Man, you know what? The first couple of years I was out here, again, being from Minnesota, so I'm not even as far removed from the time zone as you guys are out there on the East Coast, but man, that first year having 10 o'clock in the morning NFL games was pretty weird for me. So it did take a little bit to get used to, right. But now it's great because these later games, I mean, they're starting off at 7:30, so you can still catch them out here. Where for you guys it's 10:30. Man, if you're placing a bet on those games, you're just going to bed and waking up the next morning, crossing your fingers before you check your bet ticker.
Oh, ain't nobody going to bed.
Well, I know you don't. I don't know when you sleep. You're still sending tweets out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what does this guy do?
I've never been a great sleeper, and I catnap here and there, and then I stay up late. I don't know why. It's just something that I do. I've always stayed up late. I've always been on a mentality that I'll sleep when I die. So I roll off of like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and then once I get going with these guys in Twitter, I get so carried away, and then I go down in the basement. So since I'm down there, I got all kinds of stuff, which is like mostly porn. But anyway, I'm back and forth on Twitter, and it's like it's an effort to get up and go upstairs and go to bed. Plus, I got to hear her screaming and yelling when for me climbing in bed and waking her up. So I just, I just stay down for a while and kick it with the boys and then go back up.
No, man, it's crazy because I can think of like a couple of really high energy, friends that I have. And they're all the same way. None of them sleep. And I'm like, where the hell do you get all the energy from? I mean, you're thinking they're probably like sleeping the most because they're, at any time you meet them, they're just 100 miles an hour, high energy. And no, it's definitely something within that to where you're just constantly high energy, and that's part of the reason you can't sleep.
Oh,
yeah, you're somewhat right in that. A lot of it for me too is my brain just won't let me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always negotiating, between the bills, paying for stuff, the future, worrying about the kids. I just constantly got it going on in my mind 24/7 around the clock, and then sprinkle in the gambling, and it just leaves me for a bit. One day my wife says that I'm just gonna pass out and be out for like a month or something in the hospital, and it's just like, and they'll come and take everything because I won't know what the hell to do.
Definitely. So, my man Shane, so talk to me about what you got going on. I know you're tearing it up in the NBA. I know you're loving that.
NBA is definitely my biggest focus right now. I have, this year is the first year that I have started to dabble a little bit in NHL and college, and a lot of that I can thank you guys with the Sports Better TV show, as well as just all the followers now that, I was thinking about that before I came on today. The first time I came on, the show is definitely starting to take off. There is no doubt about it. And I think that was in like October. I was trying to think about it like September or October of last year. And just the growth that you guys have had since then, and the connections that I've made on Twitter with the SBTV Nation. Now you guys were talking about it the other day. Now you guys have hockey guys and soccer guys and MMA guys and tennis guys, and that's that's just opened up even the way that I've looked at my personal betting. Not that I'm going to look at every single sport and say that I'm going to be able to cap that, because I think at some point you can overextend yourself, but I'm also not going to avoid an area just because maybe I don't understand the sport as much as I do, say, like NFL or NBA, which I follow more. So I've opened up a little bit more towards that. Me personally, I'm a system bettor, so if I can find a system that long-term has profitability, I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to dig deep into it, whether I can break down the individual game or not. And I've found success with that, and that's something that I know, that's different from, say, like your style, where you do a great job breaking down each individual game, looking at the stats and knowing where the individual matchups are, and Dream does a great job with that as well. And again, his style, and I know that he gets a hard time for it here and there, but man, you know what, Dream, I got a ton of respect for you, because through all that, you've held strong. And at the end of the day, if you're long-term and profitable with the way that your betting style is, then that's the point of exactly everything that we're doing, right?
Right.
And
exactly.
It's incredible how many different styles there are out there. And the SBTV Nation embraces those styles, and we come together and we get creative and we look at different angles. And you know what? When there's a hater out there, we smash them. And that's the family that I want to be a part of. And that's why, for me, that's why I continue to listen to the show. And I have a strong feeling that's why, you guys continue to grow the way you are. And I know that's going to continue. And I'm just proud to be a part of that.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
And dude, I don't know, Rob, I don't know if you noticed, but me and Shane, we go back and forth, DMing and tweeting quite a bit. He's like one of my guys. When I got something that I'm on, I usually, send it to him, and he'll hit me back with something. And I love the relationship. I've always liked you ever since, obviously the first time you came on the show. And along with everybody else that I get along with too. But having you out there and your insight, and I love hitting you up, and we're back and forth casual, and sometimes you jump on, and sometimes you don't, which is all good, and I love that. But I'm real glad to have you as a resource as well, and have you as part of this family, and having you as involved in the nation is it's just, I love it.
Awesome.
No, it's a pleasure and an honor, guys. Seriously, you can't express what you guys are doing for not only our industry, but again, if I couldn't imagine having your guys' show when I was first starting to bet, 5 years ago when I first moved out to Vegas, getting my tail kicked every single week, and just looking for information and the resource that you guys bring to the show every single day. It's incredible, and I hope those that are just starting to bet and just starting to get with your show understand that just how much farther ahead I know, Hatter, you mentioned a couple shows back that you've been betting for like 20 plus years, and if you had the information now that you did back then, you could have had back then, how much money that would have.
I could have bought a house cash.
I could
dude.
definitely attest to that.
I could have bought. I could have a crib cash right now. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting.
And a nice one, by the way, in Connecticut.
Yeah, right.
and let me tell you about a nice crib in Connecticut.
Oh, I know. But you know what? Hey, I got to put that in the rearview mirror because that just kind of made my skin crawl a little bit thinking about that. Like I said, if I could save one person from doing the same thing that I did, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
Oh yeah, you too, Dream.
Yeah, I wasn't that far behind you. I mean, I made a few of my mistakes a little bit earlier than you, and I was able to rebound a little bit differently. But still, I'm still right there with you as far as when my inauguration to gambling.
Definitely. So Shane, what you got? What are you looking at? Are you looking at anything in particular tonight that you can discuss with us?
Well, you know what? Nothing tonight, guys. Because again, NHL and college basketball aren't my forte. I really do, rely on you and the rest of the SBTV Nation for that. But a couple things I wanted to get into is just kind of prepping for the second half of the NBA season.
Definitely.
If you will, this is kind of like if you're playing Nintendo, you hit the reset button. This is the time that happens because the second half of the NBA season is quite different from the first half, and you have to bet it differently. This is where you're going to start seeing the cream of the crop starting to rise. You're going to start seeing some separation from the playoff teams versus the teams really that NBA is one of the few sports where you'll actually have teams intentionally. And they almost say it, yet they don't say it, but they're intentionally trying to lose, in a sense, trying to get one of the top picks in the lottery. You'll never hear a coach say, yeah, we're going to go out here and specifically lose this game. But for the most part, if they have a loss, they're not walking away from the court super disappointed because they know they're one step closer to, getting one of those top 5 lottery picks, So those are some of the things that I'll look at for the second half of the season. Specifically, the one that I can, share with the nation, because it's a real simple one, is I'm going to start looking at, as of now, teams that are under 40% within their winning percentage, coming off a win and playing at home. So they've had a win. These aren't teams that are looking to put together 3-4 wins in a row, right? I mean, they're coming off a win now. They're feeling okay, but again, they know they're not in the playoff race. And at the end of the day, at the end of the season, they're just trying to get one of those, top number balls coming out of the lottery pick. Over the last 10 years, just straight betting those teams, or fading those teams, you'd be hitting at about 64% strike rate, and a $100 better would be up well over $5,000. Just straight fading a team in the second half of the season, okay, that's under 40% playing at home off of a win.
Okay.
So real simple, and then
Nice.
From within those, I'll break down the matchup a little bit more to see maybe the bet staking that I'm going to have within that. But historically, it's a very successful. I had a ton of success with it last year, and that's one of the angles that I'll definitely be looking strongly at here in the second half. I don't have too many fade systems necessarily, but this is definitely one of them where I'll actually look at a situation and then fade a team in that situation. So I mean, this year we're gonna be talking about teams like the Timberwolves, the Knicks, the Sixers, Magic.
76ers.
Those are the kinds of teams.
Yep.
Right.
So they got to be sub 40%.
I'm loving fading the Sixers just right out the gate on Friday.
Well, you got to be a little careful with the Sixers. I know yesterday, actually, I was kind of surprised. I tweeted out some stats yesterday, and believe it or not, Sixers are the second best home team against the spreads for the first half of the season.
Wow.
Right.
Now they're
'cause the
crap on the
spread's
road,
been
but at
like 30.
home they are pretty damn good. So I'm gonna have to be careful on the Sixers. But really, of the top 5 within that stat, home teams against the spread for the first half, Sixers were the biggest surprise. The other ones you weren't too surprised. Warriors were number 1, Hawks, Rockets, and Thunder in there too. So, but Sixers, the public hasn't quite caught up to the books on that one. So Sixers are they're a team to look at, but I'll definitely tread carefully with the Sixers.
Now, Shane, let me ask you, what's your feel for? Let's get into, since we're talking NBA, let's get into some projections as far as your just a little bit of your thoughts. Should start with let's start with the East, and who do you think is coming out of the East, and maybe who would be their main competitor in the East?
Well, you look at just what Cleveland did in the last month here. Prior to that, everybody was already writing them off, saying that the whole getting the dream team together, if you will, with Love and LeBron coming back home, was a failure. But the same thing happened with Miami when they put the big three together too. They came out of the gates struggling, and everybody was saying the exact same thing. And then next thing you know, they've got a couple of championship rings. So, Cleveland, I think, is definitely going to be right in the mix if they keep playing the way that they've been playing for the last month. And LeBron, again, you can kind of see just watching his games in that time frame. He's on a mission. He wants to bring one home for Cleveland. Love's been playing a lot better. He started off the season, I was like, holy cow, this is not the same Love I was watching with Minnesota last year. But he's really came on. I know he's been a little bit injured here the last little bit, but Cleveland's going to be right in the mix. And you know what? This Atlanta team's for real. They are going to be right in the mix. You look at first half of the season, they've only got 11 losses, and again, everybody says they don't have a go-to guy, but you know what? Anybody on that starting five can be a go-to guy, and that's where they play basketball. Every night, it's somebody different that's stepping up, that's getting the job done. And I'll take that. If you have five really solid starters, and they've been getting some good bench play as well, I think they're going to be right in the mix. Right now you got Toronto sitting in the second spot, right behind Atlanta. Man, that's a team that's just as inconsistent as any team in the NBA right now. They'll one day blow out a solid team by 20, and then the next day lose at home by 20 to a team that they have no right to be losing to. So It'll be interesting to see what that Toronto team does. Personally, I like Toronto. I like rooting for them, especially after last year, what they were able to do. So it'll definitely be interesting. In that Eastern Conference, just think about it, guys. Brooklyn and Boston, technically, right now, are still in the playoff picture.
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
How crazy is that?
You know what I'm so happy about? I'm so happy that I didn't hear you say that the Bulls are going to make any noise. I'm really happy about that because I can't stand that team.
Well, and you go with inconsistent again. That's I guess they're giving topping them as far as inconsistent. That run that they had where they lost to the Heat at home by like 20, then turned around and like the next night or the night or 2 nights later go into Golden State, pull off a win. It was close. I think that game went into overtime. And then the next night go into L.A., face the Lakers, and lose. It's like, what?
What a swing,
What just
man.
happened?
I know.
And with Chicago, man, it's a team that you kind of like to root for, but they're inconsistent is the word, and I know just listen to the show how much you love the Bulls, so I didn't bring them up for that reason.
Thanks, brother. Thanks. Yeah, that's a sore subject with the Bulls, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, though? I'm still not, and I know what Hatter's talking about, and I feel his pain with the Bulls. I do get it, but the Bulls are still going to make that Eastern. They're going to make the playoffs, most likely, and honestly, they are capable of beating, a few of the teams. I don't think they can beat the Cavs, and I don't think they could beat Atlanta, but everybody else, they're right there with them.
Man, with the Bulls, I mean, they do. They have so much talent. I mean, they're bringing out basically on any given night half of an all-star team. But I can't tell you how frustrated I get watching. There's one player in the NBA I get more frustrated. The guy is almost 7 foot, and he plays like a guy that's 5'7".
That's who Kaminsky strives to be.
He came out of Wisconsin.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched Powell get out-rebounded by a guard flying down the lane because he's not aggressive enough. It's just, I can't tell you how frustrating it is to watch that guy play basketball. And again, I know he's talented, but man.
Yeah. I've scratched my head when the Bulls, because he's not an atypical Bulls type player, and I scratched my head when the Bulls picked him up. Because Gasol is definitely more of a West Coast type playing guy. He would have fared way better with a team more like Golden State or one of them kind of teams out there. But for him to come to try to he don't have that. East is bang down low, bang up, play a little bit slower plays. That's not him at all. And I was really surprised the Bulls went after him.
He is the biggest finesse big man in the league, and I gotta say, I said the exact same thing. I actually work with a huge Chicago fan. He's from Chicago, so everything Chicago he loves. So I asked him about it. It was like as soon as they picked up Powell, and he actually really liked the move and was excited about it. I was kind of surprised because to that point, when you think about the Bulls, you think about tough defense. I mean, you're seeing pictures of Rodman and guys like that just getting it done. And then you pick up Pau Gasol. I'm like, what? Really? I didn't see it. He loved it. But again, I'm watching him on a nightly basis, and it's funny now. Just he sits pretty close to me, so whenever the Bulls are on, I hear the word "come on, pal" probably 10 times a game.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And what's funny about Powell is that he seemed like he had like a higher. He was close to achieving even going up another level after the last, I believe, Laker championship. It seemed like, okay, this dude's really going to step it up and become like really something huge in the NBA. And it's like right after Shaq left, it was like he just fell off.
Yeah, no, I would take Powell's brother any day over. Yeah. That for Memphis, that guy's he plays a completely different style. I mean, he's definitely a big man, and I would take him any day.
Well, the Grizzlies wasn't gonna let him be soft.
Yeah,
you can't be out in Memphis and be soft anyway.
No, that's an exciting team, and I'm telling. And you look at that Western Conference. Is there any one of I'm looking at it right now. Really, any one of the 8 teams? I mean, you kind of have to. You anticipate that Oklahoma City is going to get it done and pull ahead of Phoenix and get into that 8th spot. And then at that point, if that shapes up to be your top 8 tree, you got Golden State, Memphis, Portland, Houston, Dallas, Clippers, and the Spurs. Is there any team out of that top 8 that would surprise you making it to the championship and getting a ring?
No.
Not one, right?
Yeah,
where you'd be really surprised.
Maybe.
Dallas and Portland.
Maybe, I would say Portland.
Maybe Dallas. Dallas definitely. Maybe Dallas has fallen off. I don't know. I don't agree with Portland. I would not be surprised. If they were to get it done. I mean, you look at they have all the pieces there.
I like Portland too, but the championship.
Yeah, no, I know, but you would really be surprised if Portland made it that far and got it done. I mean, if you get into the championship, almost any of those teams are going to be face to face, even with anything that's coming out of the Eastern Conference, unless Cleveland continues to do what they're doing and then truly separates themselves. So I think they have the capability of being the one team, as far as the talent on the floor that can do that. But outside of them, you look at any other matchups, and you've got some close matchups in a championship.
Yeah,
I think and I like Portland. I like them a lot. Don't get me wrong. I loved them last year, and I thought they would take another step this year, but it doesn't seem like they fully made that step or that maturity. I don't know what the right word I'm looking for, but it just seems to me like it kind of I almost feel like they took a step backwards this year, as opposed to a step forwards, or at least remain.
No, they've definitely started off the season slow, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised though if they don't come out in the second half. And again, we kind of talk about the cream rising to the top. I really think Portland's going to be right there in the mix.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I like them. They are. They are one of the teams. That I like that style of play. They remind me of the Clippers like 2 years ago, and now I think the Clippers have matured into what they're looking to mature in, which I expect them to be this year. As far as I'm concerned, in that West, now, are you really okay? I know the record speaks for themselves and the talent speaks for themselves, but in 7 games against the Spurs, can we take Golden State?
Oh, can the Spurs take Golden State? No, I mean,
can Golden State beat the Spurs 7-game series for the to come out of the West?
Yeah, this year they can. I mean, the Spurs, they're starting to get older, you're starting to see that. Although Pop does do a fairly good job, resting the players, but he's been having to do that for the last few years with this team.
Yep.
And I've heard you talk about Golden State before, and I totally understand, the arguments that you have as far as just their level of maturity and having been there, and you're going up against the Spurs that are, basically the team of the decade. And here you got this team, but man, that's just a team now that when I watch them, you can definitely see the maturity. The only thing I fear with Golden State is how much they live and die by the three-pointer.
Three-point shot.
Right.
And that's the only thing that I would be worried about. But then again, as much as you may die by the three-pointer, you can live with it too. And if you get Steph Curry on any given, in a 7-game series, you would anticipate that, he's got the potential to go off in 4 of those games. At that point, I don't know who's stopping him. And you've got the rest of that team looking sharp too. It would not be a surprise to me at all if the Spurs and Golden State, say they did end up matching up, if Golden State took care of business and actually maybe did it in a pretty dominant fashion, to be honest.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the Grizzlies. I really like the Grizzlies, in the West as well. So we'll see, man. We got to get some good future value there and make some money either way, regardless of who wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Grizzlies got they're one of those teams that got the defense going. They're a fun team. I know they're not putting up like 120 every night, but that's a fun team just to watch fundamentally, how they play the game. They bring the defense every night, and as much as some may not think defense is as exciting to watch, when a team does it the right way and they bring it every exciting to watch. And I agree. I think Memphis will be right there in the mix as well.
Cool.
I wish the Grizzlies had one more shooting option. I always scratched my head that they got rid of Rudy Gay. I thought that was at the time, I thought I wasn't a big fan of that trade. I felt that team had enough and they just needed to get the right coaching staff in there or the right system. They seem to lack that one, go-to guy in a serious situation, that pure shooter that can get them some points when they're on a little bit of a drought. And that's the only thing that bothers me about the Grizzlies.
Yeah, well, that's why they have to make that up with their defense. I mean, because I think they even know that.
Okay.
So they don't go out every game and say, hey, although they have to outscore you to win, but that's not their mentality necessarily. They're coming out going, all right, you're just not going to score on us. And with that mentality, it kind of overcompensates for that, because I think that's even an area that they recognize that, all right, hey, we just don't have some of the scores that these other teams do. The only way that we're going to bring this is, by pure defense. And they bring that every night. And, you get Marc Gasol on any given night that has the capability of going off and being a contributor on the offensive end. And again, you hear the argument, defense wins championships. You have to score, no doubt, but that's a team where their defense is strong enough to where I think they can be right there in the mix, even without that necessarily elite scorer, if you will.
Cool.
What's your feel on the Clippers?
Man, again, just inconsistent. It's almost like they play up to their competition, and they're not going to be able to continue to do that. They have somebody coming in, or if they're going on the road somewhere on a team where they should definitely beat this team. I can't tell you how many games I've watched where they struggle against those teams, and in some cases, they're losing outright against teams that they have no business, losing to. So, again, Clippers, their record's fine. They're 6-5, but if you look at the stats I sent out yesterday, Clippers against the spread are the dead last team against the spread in the NBA this year so far.
Yeah, to me, the Clippers, if they can get it right, they have everything. They have the point guard, they have the scorer, they got the 6-man, they've got the coach, they've got the center. To me, they're the most complete team in the West. We're standing, the Spurs, but the Spurs are older. But to me, the Clippers, where they're at right now, they need to seize the moment, because I believe that if they do not get it done like this year, they honestly probably are not getting back there. Is not helping them out at all. But when you look at them in comparison with the other teams in the West, outside, I guess, Golden State, who just, they're phenomenal with what they have. But as far as the talent package on the Clippers and everything, they bring a total complete package along with experience. And I just feel like they need to really get it done this year.
Yeah, well, if you look at their top five when they're healthy, there's not. You could put their top five talent-wise up against any other top five in the NBA. Totally agree. DeAndre Jordan, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated. How he got snubbed in the All-Star is beyond me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate his game and what he brings on a nightly basis. I love watching DeAndre Jordan. And I know everybody will say, well, 5 feet outside the basket, he's worthless. Yeah, but you know what? Inside 5 feet, there's nobody that dominates that space more than DeAndre Jordan. The guy is a monster, and he brings it every single night.
And by the way, that's where the center's supposed to be. Yes,
I agree. I love DeAndre Jordan. Now, again, the only thing you fear is, when they start going to that hack of Jordan with like 3 minutes left, and and I know that's an area of his game that he's focused on. But for me, I want to see the Clippers in the second half come out, and they need to just have that cutthroat mentality. You almost kind of get that from Golden State. On any given night, they're up by 10. You don't see them relax. They're up by 10. They're gonna beat you by 30, right? Where the Clippers, you see them get up by 10, and now they start going to this, throw up the ball, trying to get dunks and get fancy, to where they need to just get it to DeAndre. If you're going to throw it up in anybody's space, get it to him, and let him do his thing. And again, Griffin's been out for a little bit here, but he should be coming back, fairly healthy. And I just want to see that cutthroat mentality with the Clippers that I'm seeing with some of these other teams. And if they start bringing that, I agree, they can definitely make some noise in the playoffs as well. But they've got to get away from this go up by 10, relax, cut it to a close game. Next thing you know, they're in the late fourth battling, and at that point, then it's anybody's game.
Right.
Yep, definitely. Wow, guys, a lot of NBA talk. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's kind of I like this, just kind of breaking down each team or whatever, because Daddy wants to get involved in the future. So I'm really taking a look at this and trying to get my my juices flowing here. So, Shane, you got anything? We're already past 10 o'clock, man. We still gotta do a little college hoop. You got anything you want to plug or whatever? I know you're out in Vegas. I know you're going to be meeting us in about 4 weeks out in the MGM Grand. But what you got, brother?
Yeah, no, man. I'm just really excited for that. Nothing specific to plug. Done a great job just connecting with the SBTV Nation, and already my Twitter's blowing up here as I'm talking, and I really love the relationships that I've been able to build, and a lot of that, all that credit goes to your guys and the show that you're putting on. Excited as hell for March to come around and meet all you guys for March Madness. And just to get I'm going to be picking your brains for some college winners during that time. You guys do a great job breaking down the college game. And it's really got me, again, excited to look at college and break it down myself, even though it's not a sport that I'm extremely comfortable with. But, this is a year that I've started to do that. So thank you guys for that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep smashing those haters. Keep bringing the positivity. And, man, I just can't say enough how much I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Awesome, dude.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling, brother. We appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you soon.
Sounds good. I'll listen to the rest of the show offline. Thanks, guys.
All right, Shane. Take it easy, brother.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye.
Gotta love his NBAs, dude.
No doubt. No doubt.
His NBAs are strong, kid. Strong as hell.
Great.
So
I love everything.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you want to get into here, man?
Let's get over to the college hoop tip. I see a couple of things here. I see my boy Kentucky back at it again tonight in 14.5 Tennessee. You guys, I told you before, either bet with them or don't bet, but don't bet against them.
Did you do the bet yet with them being undefeated?
I did not. I'm going to get it. You know what? Yesterday I meant to get in there and do it, and I didn't. I'm going to get in there today. I've been, you know how it is. You get busy, you forget about stuff, and you get going with other stuff. And, I need to get, I hate tying my money up that long. You know how
I know. I feel you. But at the end of the day, you got to look at this. And let's just see what their final card is here. Yep. What they got to go with. Game logs. Let's see. All right, Kentucky has the following schedule, guys. They've got at Tennessee, they should win. They're playing Auburn, they should win. They're playing at Mississippi State, they should win. They're playing Arkansas home, they should win. They're playing at Georgia, should win. That might be a little tight, but and they're playing Florida at home, and they should beat Florida. I mean, they struggle with Florida a little bit, but they were in Florida, and now they're going to be home. So, you know what, Dream? Listen, I'm gonna just put this out there, guys. If you're doing a future in Kentucky, do it with them being undefeated versus doing it with the future, because realistically they're going to be favored in every single game. So if they ended up being in trouble like they were with LSU, you could probably just hedge out of the game and just pull your money out, because they're going to be favored to win. Even if they fall down like 7-8 points, they're still going to be favored to win the game. At like halftime or whatever. So I think that's a great value, and I think that's something. I mean, it just sucks, man, because I thought, plus 220 is still not the best.
Not great. No,
it's not
at
the
all.
best. You got to win what? 11 more games?
It's not the best. It's
yeah, but I'm just saying, instead of doing the future on them, that's what I'm saying. If you're really adamant that you think nobody's beating Kentucky, that's all I'm trying to say, because right now the best you can get on Kentucky is even money to win the title. That sucks.
Yep.
That sucks, man. I just can't believe they have such a dominant team this year like that.
I wish I would have put it in when I told you, like, the second week of the NCAA season. Remember, because I came out and pretty much put the stamp on that early.
Yeah, but even when they lost to UConn in the final, I was doing a lot of homework on them, and I heard, a lot of guys were coming back. So I said, this team is going to be dope, And then they added some to the roster and all that, and they're just crazy right now. So we got them, and we got the Dukies plus 900, which damn well I'm getting involved with the Dukies. I'm going to do it, 900. I mean,
okay,
$1,000 pays $9,000. Think about it. And let's say they get all the way down to the end. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the seeding and see where it lands. But I think that, because Kentucky is so dominant, I don't think that those odds are going to change much.
I don't either. I agree with you.
So I think we could wait. I don't think I have to put it in right now.
Yeah, you can wait. You definitely
I
agree
wait
with that.
Even when the tourney starts, I think, before the tourney starts, like the day, when all the seeding is done and we could see where it all lands, I think we could do it then. But a team like, I'm just throwing this out there, guys, and listen, I like to play a bunch of teams. That's just how I roll. But looking at this, Kansas coming off the loss last night, you'll probably get better value than you would have yesterday during the day. So let's kind of wait and see where the dust settles with Kansas, because they might be good at like a 30, 35-1 or something like that. Let's see what else we got here. Sorry, we're not going game by game. I'm just looking at futures right now, guys, because that's how I make my money. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too.
But I want to get into some games.
All right, yeah, real quick. Just another thing that I do, guys, okay? What we do is I bet the field. And I've discussed this on the show before. What I try to do is I go to all the respective sports books, and I find the field. And what the field is basically any other team that's not listed on the book. So if the book has 30 teams listed, and then there's the field, that means in the tournament you're going to get 33 teams, included, or 34 teams. If there's 30 listed, you're going to get 34 teams in that bet. So then we try to find the most amount of teams and the biggest payout. So that's how I do the field. So I just want to let you guys know that, because you're going to get a team like, one of them pain-in-the-neck teams like, Florida Gulf Coast, or, something like that. That's like in the Elite Eight, you know what I mean? So
Mercer Madness.
Yeah, Mercer Madness I had last year. I had Dayton. I had a bunch of them do it. So it worked out pretty nicely. But
nothing's better than having Hatter sitting next to you. You're a Duke fan, and Hatter sitting next to you with I got Mercer Madness, dog. If they go all the way, I'm going to win $1 million. You know what I'm saying? saying, and laughing, and Duke is beat. My man's out there dancing and had her looking stupid. You know, and I'm like, dude, you don't think they're really going to win it all, do you, just because they beat Duke?
I know. Rainmaker's saying be careful of Kentucky tonight. Saying be careful.
No, I know. I'm going to be careful with them.
By getting rid of the points.
With them. I'm going to money line them.
All right, so we got South Carolina, Georgia. I don't really know much about these two teams other than South Carolina looked pretty bad. Kentucky makes everybody look bad, though. Let's see, scrolling down. We got Northern.
Here's what I like. What I like, because we're out of time. So we're not out of time, but we need to wrap it up. I'm on Oklahoma tonight to beat Texas. Oklahoma, they should bounce back off of their loss over the weekend. This Texas team, they did catch a win, but they're coming in a little bit hobbled. Their big man got a little bit roughed up, and I don't know that he's 100%, and I know he's going to try to probably make it a go tonight, but this Oklahoma team is really good. They're really good at home. I'm going to look for Oklahoma to get it done tonight. I should, put this out later. I'm on the fence with the points. We'll have to take a look at it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with these points yet, but I'll try to give you guys a tweet like around. It's a 9 o'clock game, so I got some time. I'll give you a tweet around 6, and it's snowing here, so I'm going to be in the crib, probably in the lab most of the day doing my thing, and I'm not going to be out today at all, so I should be able to get you guys some information on that. What do you got for a line for that game?
That one I believe was, let's see, you say Oklahoma, right? 6.5 to 7.5. Yeah.
We might want to get that down to, you might want to buy it down to 3 as opposed to money line if you want to save a couple of dollars. I'm probably going to get them involved in a money line with another one of these teams. I'm not sure which direction I'm going, but I do like Oklahoma right now. Look for me to tweet out a little bit of information later. But as an early lean this morning, I'm liking Oklahoma.
Are you going to put that with some hockey maybe?
No. I'm not going to. I don't like mixing the separate sports, so I will definitely find another college hoop game.
Okay. Is that just some kind of like superstitious thing, or what's that all about?
I don't like mixing them for some reason. I don't know. You could call it superstitious. It's not really. There's enough college hoop here to find more college hoop to put it with. So I just don't like mixing the two sports. I mean, I have on occasion, but I like to keep them separate.
Got a little letdown spot that Rainmaker just you know what, it's funny because I was just looking at this and Rainmaker just tweeted it all at the same time. Michigan State going into Michigan. Michigan State is anywhere from a 4 to 4.5 point favorite. You want to talk about a letdown spot here. Michigan is dying for a win, dude. They have to be dying for a win, especially after losing to the Illini like that.
They ain't beating Michigan State tonight, and Michigan State is going to make their move because they're trying to get into the NCAA tournament. Their attorney team, Izzo, always finds a way to get there. Michigan is not going to beat them.
Okay, all right. We got the next one.
That's obviously my opinion. I think that Michigan State is going to end up winning that game.
All right.
Because it's their time. You know what I mean? These teams, certain teams with certain coaches, certain programs, they know it's now or never if they want to get in there, and they got to get a couple wins, and they got their steam already beating Ohio State, on Saturday, so they're going to build off of that win, and I can see them. That Michigan team is, they're dusty, dude.
They are dusty. But I think and don't quote me on this, guys. Do your own stuff or whatever. But I'm kind of there with Rainmaker a little bit. I think that this might be a really tough game for Sparty. I mean, I've been watching Michigan and they stink, granted, but they've been in a lot of games, man. They took Wisconsin to overtime.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that.
The Illini. I mean, the Illini at home is pretty good. I mean, even though they got smoked by whatever by
you
Wisconsin.
Always get that one team that you love.
Well, dude, listen. Hey, you know what? Last I checked, the Yaleys have won 6 out of 7. So and guys, listen. You know what?
Yale,
the nation has probably bought themselves new cars with Yale by now.
Hatter, stop plugging that Yale team.
All right. Joey Buckets is on Michigan as well, +4. So, hey, man, I'm just
All
saying.
Right, y'all.
I'm just
Remember,
saying.
Dream told you don't do it.
Maybe we go a teaser. Maybe we do a teaser and we get them, plus 10 or something like that. We got
That might work.
Wake
Real
Forest,
interesting.
Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wake Forest and Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 11.5 to a 12-point favorite. That's probably a nice team to add into like a 3 to 4 team money line parlay. Wake Forest played Virginia very tough. They played
Notre
Virginia.
Dame. I'm eyeballing Notre Dame to add them with Oklahoma in a money line parlay. Got to check out the payout on it and see how it looks. But that is looking like it's going to be a very viable option for me. Getting Notre Dame in the money line parlay. I like them at home, and that may work. I'm also looking at that Baylor. Even though I want road teams, I want home teams, but Baylor should be able to handle Texas Tech, man. So it may be a Notre Dame. It may be Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Baylor. I'm on the fence with Baylor because you guys know I like home teams, and I do see Georgetown St. John's over there, but I'm not going nowhere near that game.
If you were to do Oklahoma and Notre Dame, you got an 800 and a 300 money line. So it only pay on $100. It only pays half your money. So it only pays $50. So you probably got to add one more. If I do the math here, guys, I have a money line calculator up here. If you added like another minus 500 team, then you're getting paid 80%.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you might want to take a look at that, or just leave it open, Dream, and don't force it.
And for me, I don't mind, to be honest with you, I don't mind up $50 off of the 100. And I know some of you guys hate that, but I don't mind that if it's stomach ache free. The only thing is,
dude, I couldn't agree with you more on that. And a lot of people, break our balls about that. And you know what? Hey, they can kick rocks because you know what? This is what I do. I don't mind that at all. As a matter of fact, dude, I noticed that, and I'm going to put this out there, guys, that I'm going to give you a perfect example, dude. Friday night, I had Yale-Harvard. I plugged them on the show. I was all Yale-Harvard. That's all I was talking about, right? So I look at the payout, and the payout was like, I want to say it was like half my money or whatever, right?
Right.
So then I forced it, and I had stupid Toledo in there, and I lost.
Yep.
And I was heated, man, because you know what? Nickels make quarters, guys. So you know what? At the end of the day, granted, you got to win. You got to win 2 of those parlays to break out even. But and if you lose the third one or whatever, but not that I forced it. I thought Toledo was a good play, but
Oh, no doubt. No, I hear you, but I know what you're saying. Like right now, I'm on the fence with Baylor. Now I throw Baylor in there, who are on the road, and they end up getting smoked by Texas Tech. So now I lost the money. And then if Notre Dame and Oklahoma win, that was $50 plus I would have had. But me trying to make another $30, adding another team with it. But when each team you add, you're decreasing your chances of winning. So no, definitely, I get what you're saying. And the guys in the nation, you guys got to pick that up too. I hear you with, I want to make a little bit more money on my parlay and be more profitable. But every time you add another team to the parlay, you're upping your chances of losing as well. So you got to, the ends got to justify the means. Yeah, you would have only won $50, but if you lose, you know what I mean? It ain't worth it.
Right. That's a $150 swing.
Right.
That's a $150 swing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking, if you added Kentucky, you're gonna probably get 62% of your money. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to add them to the mix. I'm trying to do road. To be honest with you, I'm not minding the $50, to be honest with you. And I told you, I love the 2-teamer is my parlay of choice as opposed to the 3, because it's always easier to hit the 2 than the 3. The final touches on it and figure something out and get it out there on Twitter probably around 6:30ish tonight, right. Eastern Standard.
Right, absolutely. Okay, Baylor's playing at Texas Tech, but you got to remember, Texas Tech, as bad as they are, they did beat Iowa State at home.
I know.
They did.
I know.
They did.
And I told you, and I hate road games. Yeah. The Georgetown St. John's game, guys, I'm not big into totals, but you guys might want to look at that over in that game, as both teams should be up and down the floor scoring. I don't really like either one of the teams' defense, especially Georgetown defense is really suspect. So you might want to look at the over-under. I don't play totals that big in college basketball, so I don't really, know what I'm talking about. But I know at the top of my head, I just know that neither one of these teams impressed me defensively. And that 137 number, you might want to, play with that. You might want to get involved with that total. So I'm just, pointing you in a direction.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty much it, dude. I mean, I'm looking at it. I don't really see anything more that would make me excited. I mean, you got the Shockers going into Southern Illinois giving 12 to 13 points. I'm not interested in that one, especially with the Shockers being on the road. You got Georgia minus 6.5 to 7 versus South Carolina. Let's see what else we got here of interest. Got VCU giving 16 to 17.5 versus St. Louis.
I wouldn't take VCU if they were playing
I know.
Drake.
I
know. If they were playing Yale.
I would take Yale all day. Let me see what else. I'm going to ride Yale until the wheels fall off, player. Let's see. And then you got some other, Nevada, Wyoming. You got Diego State, New Mexico, stuff like that. So
LSU, Texas A&M should be a good game as well. But I'm not going to get involved with that either. I might leave it open and I might close it. I don't know. It's tough tonight with the college. Those are the only two I love, as I'm not taking anybody on the road, because I'm telling you guys, it's so hard to win on the road in college basketball.
I know. But Kentucky, you should win on the road.
Yeah. Oh no, but Kentucky, right?
Other than that, I wonder.
I may get Kentucky in there. I may. I've been. The thing is, I haven't really bet Kentucky a lot this season, and I got, like you said, not to be superstitious, but, it's one of those things when you don't mess with a team and then you decide to mess with them. Sometimes you get punched in the face. So it's like, I stayed away from them all season, so keep staying away from them. I know I keep telling you guys you're going undefeated and they're going to win the whole thing, but, hey, I've been wrong before.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right. You are not the king of futures.
I am not the king of futures.
That's your boy. Anyway, all right. So let's close this thing out, man, and rock, because you know what? We're already 20 minutes past, and great show today, Dream. Great
show today, man. I love the energy. I love the vibe. I love the positive feelings. I love the SBTV Nation. Who you with?
Yes. What you got to do to close out, brother?
Hey, just want to thank all my people for getting on and helping me out and giving us all the love and the support that they could give us. I'm loving my man Deeks Picks. What's happening? Clown Man Swag, Mr. Kid. Hey, me and the kid been back and forth. He's coming on Thursday. He has a little bit of a system he wants to enlighten the nation with, a little style, a couple of tools that he's going to give to you guys. It should be very knowledgeable, so make sure you get out there and get with that. Oh, I want to send a big up to my man Dank yesterday. He put on tweeted out an interview with Billy Walters out in Las Vegas, a professional handicapper as well, and very good information. And I loved it. I love the SBT Nation the most for that, because we're always spreading around knowledge and more knowledgeable things. So if you guys get an opportunity, check that out. I think it's tweeted out. I favorited it and tweeted it again as well. But check it out. It's an interview about a cat that went out there, is out in Las Vegas, making some big coin, doing some sports betting, and him talking about it and giving his standpoint and takes on that. And big ups to him for putting that out there. Hey, Rainmaker 512's out there. My boy LVCC. Philly's Picks been holding it down. He's been tearing it up lately as well. My man Jose Gonzalez Jr. Ben is out there. My boy Vince Parker, Steve Bizarro, Papa Smurf, The Dank, Almighty Kev, Smokey Rodriguez, Jay Cass, Damian Dazenberg, because yesterday I said Barry, so I got to correct that. Damian Dazenberg's out there. Love him. He's going to be coming on the show very soon as we can get some time freed up and he gets back from vacation. Betting Dream is out there. R Loop, Ben Diaz, the MOB, Winning Picks, Premier Sports Company, MMA Rainmaker, my boy Joey Buckets, Champ, Rick Lopez, the First Lady of the Fake Fan. Make sure you guys go and check out her hockey because it's always stellar. Nonstop Sports Picks, my boy Rousey, Hockey Immortal, Tony Enab. Can't forget about our guy Scott Weave, OJFB James, Eastern Nation, Crush the Bookie as well. We got so many others, back and forth and tweeting us out. My boy Hockey Immortal, Jason Riley, Ben Diaz, Rich DeMera, Nicholas J, Yato's out there, Clown Man Swag, Papa Bear, Red Eye Bets, Money Allen. Can't forget and got to thank my man Shane Rodenius for coming on and kicking with us today. Guys, I am the Dream. If I missed you, I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll catch you the next day. but I will catch you. And if I'm not catching you, make me aware about it, and I will catch you then. Thank you all for participating in the constant love and the support. Always remember who you're with and make the most of each and every day, because you can't get this time back.
Yes, big ups to everybody that's on Instagram, everybody that's on Facebook as well, Google Plus, the whole package, guys. You know what? We're heavily invested in Twitter. We're on here 24 hours a day. But big shout out to my man Quorden 87 on Instagram, as well as everybody that's retweeting the show today. I got Cole Smith, Al Stein, Meet Your Maker, Neil Cafferty, Ben Diaz, Papa Bear. What's going on, Playboy? How you doing out there? Nicholas J, Red Eye Bets. Thank you for coming on yesterday. Emzer, Frankie Fingers, Joseph Del Rosario, P for Prez, Marmar, Philly Picks, Franklin Collado, Jay Cass, Rick Lopez, Boston Boy, Shady K, James Harrelson, Davies, welcome to the party. Marco Spagnolo, Jason Riley, Total Sports Edge, Clown Man Swag, and the list goes on and on. Guys.
Yo, Clown Man Swag, funny comment. I love it. Everyone says be careful with Kentucky. 27 games in a row. No kidding, brah. I hear you, and I'm laughing just like you are. I know.
Oh, my God. Hey, guys, we love you to death out there, man. Don't forget, man, we're going to be on all week, all weekend, and Monday. We are going to unleash the event for our 1-year anniversary party. We're looking forward to it in Las Vegas, guys. We're coming out there, as you know, in March. We love you to death. Go easy, but get that money. Let's go.
Peace.